Hello all. In this video, we will see the comparison between Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and dual cycle. As you can see here, the PV diagram of Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and dual cycle. The difference is only the heat input, which is the heat supplied, is at constant volume for Otto cycle and constant at constant pressure for diesel cycle, and partly constant volume and partly constant pressure in dual cycle. And also we have derived efficiency, air standard efficiency for Otto cycle, diesel cycle, and dual cycle respectively. So uh, we can compare these three cycle with the PV diagram. We what we do is we keep the compression ratio and heat supply constant. You can see here 1 to 2 is constant for all the three cycles. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 is Otto cycle. 1 2 3 dash 4 dash is diesel cycle. 1 2 2 double dash 3 double dash 4 double dash is dual cycle. Okay, for the same compression ratio, and the heat supplied is at zero point 0.2 for all the three cycles. So we'll keep the compression ratio and heat supply constant, and remaining things are left free. So for this PV diagram, from this PV diagram we can see that the diesel cycle, which is 1 2 3 dash 4 dash 1, which has the maximum efficiency because it is having the more area enclosed within the curve. So we can say that for the same compression ratio and heat supply, the diesel cycle is more efficient. And coming to the right side, which is figure 410, 4.10, here we are keeping the same compression ratio and heat rejected. Heat rejected is at this point. We are keeping the same compression ratio 1 to 2 and heat rejected at the same point. And by this diagram we can see that we are having uh, the Otto cycle, which is this one. Okay, 1 2 3 4 1, which is area enclosed within the Otto cycle. So this is more than any other cycle. So we can say that for the same compression ratio and heat rejected, Otto cycle is more efficient than other two cycles. So in this 4.11, we are having the compression ratio between the comparison between the cycles for same peak pressure and temperature. You can see here the peak pressure is same, and also the peak temperature is same for all the three processes, all the three cycles. So if we keep this pressure and temperature same for all the three cycles, we are having the diesel cycle is more efficient than any other cycle. So these three comparison we can uh, arrive at arrive by these three comparisons. First thing, comparison with the same compression ratio and heat supply, comparison with the same compression ratio and heat rejected, and third one is comparison with the same peak pressure and temperature. In the last we have Stirling cycle. The Stirling cycle is made up of two constant temperature or isothermal process. 1 to 2 and 3 to 4 is isothermal, and 2 to 3 and 4 to 1 is constant volume compression and constant volume expansion process. So as you can see here, this is compression process, this is expansion process carried out in constant volume. So uh, there, if we are going to keep the volume as constant, then we need to reject some amount of heat generated during the compression process, and also in the expansion process we need to supply some amount of heat q during the expansion process to keep the volume constant. And heat supplied is uh, from the process 3 to 4 q in. As you can see here, it is constant temperature process, that is isothermal process, and heat rejected is also isothermal process, which is 1 to 2. So as you can see here, the efficiency is Wn by Qs. Wn is Q1 to 2, Q2 to 3, Q3 to 4, and Q4 to 1. Here Q2 to 3 is equal to the Q4 to 1, which is in negative direction. Here we are rejecting some amount of heat, and here we are supplying some amount of heat, which is opposite in direction. So this is minus of this one. So these two gets cancelled. Okay, we left out with only Q1 to 2 plus Q3 to 4 divided by Q3 to 4. Here you can see 1 to 2 and 3 to 4 divided by Q3 to 4 is heat supply. This one. Okay, and you have the formula for Q3 to 4 RT3 into ln V3 by V4. For Q1 to 2 RT1 ln V2 by V1 divided by RT3 ln V3 by V4, V4 by V3, which will be equal to T3 minus T1 divided by T3. Okay, as you can see here. So this is the air standard efficiency for Stirling cycle. So with this, we have completed first part of the module 1, that is air standard cycle. So second part we will see later. From tomorrow onwards, we will just start with the module 2, that is gas power cycle, because it is very similar to the things we have discussed in module 1, the air standard cycles. So we have here a Carnot cycle, diesel cycle, like that. Here we have gas turbine cycles. That's why it is very similar to the first part of module 1. So just skip this one. We will discuss later. This is more of theory part, the IC engine. So we just continue with the flow from module 2. Okay. So in the next class onwards, we are discussing about gas power cycles. So that's all for the day. Thank you.